everyone, and welcome back to my channel. So today is a very long awaited vlog. There have been breadcrumbs sprinkled around in my vlogs for the past couple of months now. I say breadcrumbs, it's more just like a big loaf of bread as of recently because you guys have completely noticed and busted me, but I've been trying to keep it a little bit secret. Anyway, today is the big reveal, so you are going to find out who my new was top secret sponsor is. Keep watching! Okay, so you can probably see the arena is looking beautiful behind me. Yesterday evening was a very late one. We were harrowing the arena. We were putting out a few banners, and that is because today I have this lovely mystery brand coming to film some little bits and also do some fittings. Little clue. Another little clue is just the corner of this new banner that I've got. So you guys have seconds to guess who you think this new brand is that I am lucky enough to work with. This is actually take two because I've just accidentally swung around and shown the other banner. So 3, 2, 1. The new brand that I am incredibly excited to be a supported rider for is none other than Voltaire Designs. And I literally, is such a jump and pinch and scream moment because I have not only admired but fantasized about Voltaire Design saddles for as long as I can remember. They are just beautiful, and I feel like you see all these amazing riders riding in them, and I've always absolutely dreamt of having a yard full of Voltaire Design saddles, and now that dream is actually coming true for me, so it is incredible. I am so grateful to be working with them, and they're about to turn up now and we're going to do some fittings. So little spoiler is that I've actually been riding in these saddles for nearly 3 months now. They actually came out back then and they helped me out because I was having horrendous problems with Dee. We're going to go into this more later as to what was actually wrong with Dee and how the saddles essentially stopped me from kind of retiring her, because that was the point I was at. And then I'm going to show you all of the saddles that I've got, and we've got the lovely Terry, who is my local saddle specialist, to come out and just talk you guys through how they fit the horses. So without further ado, how beautiful these banners. Okay, so I'm currently joined with Terry and we are going to check that my beautiful Adelaide saddle is still fitting Dee. I've been riding in it for about 2 months now, absolutely loving it. My dressage scores have gone up. She came second at her last event. Dee is so much happier, so I'm pretty certain that you're going to tell me it still fits. But yeah, if you could double check it for me, that would be fantastic.
That does fit her like a glove. What I'm looking for is a good 4 fat fingers clearance here at the front.
Yeah.
And good freedom through the shoulder on both sides, so that I can easily run my hand underneath. Even when I put a little bit of pressure here at the top, there's plenty of space there. I also want the gullet to clear the spine, and not just the bone, but also the ligaments and tendons that run through there, the nerve endings that run through there.
Yeah.
And that's all looking good. It just sort of pops into the right place, doesn't it?
Yeah.
This is where it wants to sit.
I found that a lot easier because I used to sort of struggle with my saddles, like, did I have them in the right place? Whereas they've literally just been going on and like, yep, that's fine, I know it fits there.
Yeah, exactly.
It's made it a lot easier.
And that then means that it will put you in the right position as well.
Yeah.
And then you don't have to think about where you need to sit because the saddle makes you sit there.
Exactly. Brilliant. So still happy with the fit of the Adelaide on Dee?
I'm very happy with this one.
Good girl.
This is Meg's Adelaide, Voltaire Design Adelaide dressage saddle. And if I can just quickly show you the underneath of the saddle, which is what looks after the horse. So as standard, our gullet comes wide anyway, but we can still make it wider if need be. And our anatomical panel, we can customize 4 separate parts. We can take away or add any amount of foam. And a really important feature in all Voltaire saddles is the short 3-point, which means that the panels are really
That's
flexible.
That's my favourite feature.
Yeah, really flexible to give any horse real freedom to use their shoulder when they're working.
Okay, so you've had the introduction to my lovely Adelaide saddle, but that is not my only Voltaire design saddle. So I've been very lucky to be riding in this beautiful Essentials jump saddle for the past couple of months. The horses have been absolutely loving it. I've now got 2 of them, which means Mum and I can ride out at the same time, but I've also been eventing in them. Jam has qualified for badminton in this very saddle, so I've been really liking it. My position's been great. They've been feeling great for their shoulders, we've been having less poles. Absolutely in love with it. So Terry's now going to take us through some of the more technical points of this saddle because it's incredibly adjustable and easy to order online for any horse. So you guys know I've got a massive variety of horses in this barn, and this saddle can be easily adjusted to fit all of them, which is great news for me.
So this is Voltaire Design Essentials range. This particular one here is a mono flap, which Meg prefers riding in,
love them.
but we also do it in a double flap. And essentially, it is exactly the same as any other Voltaire Design saddle. The only difference is that the panel underneath is not customizable, it is what it is. But to make it a really versatile yard saddle, we do have an interchangeable head plate. And as Meg said there, you can order this online, and at the time of the order, when you're giving your lead time, you can get in touch with me and we will make a fitting appointment in the diaries roughly about a week after you receive your saddle. So Voltaire Essentials range is same quality leather, same quality craftsmanship as any other Voltaire Design saddle. You can still customize the top part, so you can choose the length of your seat and the size of your flap. But as I said before, the panel is always the same.
So just to give you guys an idea, I am riding in a medium gullet, if that's right, and a medium flap.
That's right.
And then a 17.5 inch seat. But yeah, mostly you can sort of find out those measurements, or you'll like know them, won't you, with your horse, and then you can order it online. And then the wonderful terrier will come out and make sure it's all fitting perfectly and do any adjustments that may be needed. I was quite lucky that they kind of fit my horse like a glove, like as it came.
Yeah, they did, absolutely.
But it kind of, yeah, it obviously depends what horse you're riding. Anyway, let's pop this on Jam and just triple check it's still fitting as beautifully as it first was.
Stand Jam a bit square.
Yeah. Good girl. So I'd had loads of problems with my previous saddle going up her neck, but that's completely gone.
So that's, you have absolutely no concerns with this one?
Literally not moving at all, which I feel so much more secure going cross country now.
Yeah, and same thing as with your Adelaide. It just puts itself where it wants to be.
Okay, so you've met my stunning Essentials mono flap jump and my stunning Adelaide saddle. However, I was still having a bit of a problem with one pony in particular, and I'm sure many of you know that is Dora. So she is a 5-year-old Connemara, should be quite easy to fit, except she was built like this. She was so massively bum high and I could not find a saddle to fit her for love nor money, to the extent that last year she literally had 6 months off because I couldn't ride her or anything and she was too young to put a saddle that didn't fit right on her. Anyway, Voltaire Design came to the rescue and we figured out that a double flap was actually going to be better for Dora because she's built a little bit downhill and she's not come up through her shoulders yet. The mono flap was just fitting, I think, like just a little bit low, or I'm not great on all the technical terms, but we decided that a double flap was actually going to be better. So I went online and I ordered myself my very own double flap essential saddle, and she is here. You'll notice the box has been torn open because I did have to have a little sneaky look, but we're going to get it out now and go and fit it to Dora. So let's have a look inside. First we got our lovely long girth, and here she is, my essentials double flap saddle for Dora. I'm gonna have to undress her real quick and just show everyone. Oh my word.
There you go.
Wow. So beautiful. So we're gonna take this inside, pop it on Dora, see how it fits, and then Terry is going to talk me through why this is perhaps a better option for Dora at this stage, because she's only 5 years old, still got some growing to do. So we'll head inside and do that now.
Hello, Dora. Oh, she says I will get up.
Actually supposed to be showing how they... Oh, well done.
Good girl.
You've had some post arrive, darling. You've got a new saddle. You've got a new saddle. Might just quickly flick the shavings off of her. Okay, so you can see Dora is ecstatic at her new saddle. Oh, you actually put your... She's like, wow, is that for me? So we've bought the double flap saddle inside. As I mentioned before, I ordered this online, so I knew the measurements that I needed. I went for a 17.5 seat and then a medium flap and medium gullet. That's the same as I have in my monoflap saddles, so it was quite easy to do. Literally go online, order it, it will arrive, and then you can find your local Voltaire Designs saddle specialist. Mine is the lovely Terry, as I'm sure you've figured out by now. So she is going to quickly check this as a good fit on Dora, and then we'll get to riding it.
Excellent. Let's have a look.
You can see how bum high she is.
She is.
She's
yeah.
still, I mean, she's still in a bit, but she's like,
But again,
oh.
a little bit the same as with your monoflap one. It does go into the right place. This is where the saddle wants to sit. Now, bearing in mind, this is literally out of the box.
Yeah.
So it's absolutely brand new. So everything is still a little bit stiff and
Needs
tight.
to soften up, yeah.
So it needs breaking in like a new pair of boots.
Yeah.
So at the moment, it's sitting maybe that much too high, but once the leather softens
Yeah.
and the panel softens and sort of molds into the horse, it will sit beautifully around her. So you will have the clearance here, loads of clearance here through the shoulder. You have really good contact all the way through the panel to the horse's back. The balance of the saddle is absolutely great.
Yeah.
Textbook perfect. So once it softens, so right away, ride in it, break it in, and it'll be perfect.
Brilliant. And we were saying earlier about the fact that the monoflap wasn't quite as good on Dora, and you were saying about the anchor points of it. So how is that?
Yeah,
kind
so
of different?
that's the billeting system, you know, where these girth straps are attached to.
Yeah.
And the way they pull the saddle down when it's girthed up. It's just different from this, from three girth straps under the flap, and with the monoflap where your girth and the girthing system is down here.
So it just
a
fits
slightly different anchor point.
Yeah, okay. Because we had such problems trying to get a saddle for her, so it's
We did.
literally incredible to actually have a saddle that fits her, so thank you so much. Okay, so I'm gonna let Terry go home in just a minute, but I've grabbed her out here because I've got my entire selection of Voltaire Design saddles here, and we're gonna quickly go through them just so you guys know exactly what I'm kind of using. So we're also going to be joined by Frodo here now, who is loving Voltaire Design as well. So I've got my monoflap saddle. This is used on my two Aventers mainly, Dee and Jam. Few key points about this saddle.
Very,
Sorry, really put you on the spot there.
just a tad. So as a monoflap saddle, it fits beautifully around the horse, not on top of the horse, and the rider can really feel the horse's movements underneath her seat and her legs.
Noticed that whilst riding. This is, oh gosh, look, the cat's going to jump on it then. So this is part of the Essentials range, very, very easy to order online. Beautifully demonstrated with my double flap saddle, which I did order online for Dora after you came out and you said, Meg, the double flap is what she needs. So a few key points about my lovely double flap saddle.
So essentially, it is a matter of choice. Some people prefer monoflap and some people prefer double flap. But we sometimes find that they fits slightly differently to horses as well. With the double flap, the billet system gives the anchor point up here, so it pulls the saddle into place in a slightly different way to the girthing system in a monoflap saddle. And some people also prefer the double flap because it is a little bit more, can give you more secure feeling.
I think, yeah, Hobbit is going to prefer that when riding out, so you can ride in this one a little bit more, Mum. And finally, I've got my absolutely stunning Adelaide dressage saddle, which is the one that sort of completely changed Dee's life. So a few key points about the Adelaide.
Fully customizable underneath and on top. We can work the flap as far forward or as straight as you like. You can have the length of the flap that your leg requires. You can choose the leather color, seat size, and underneath, same as any other elegance range, Voltaire saddle, lovely white gullet with the fully customizable anatomical panel.
I remember when I was researching online, there's like hundreds of adjustments that you can do on these saddles.
Thousands of combinations.
It's amazing. So literally any horse out there, you'll be able to fit it to.
Pretty much.
So I briefly mentioned that this saddle was the one that changed Dee's life. You guys will know that I was having terrible problems with Dee at the kind of start of this year, to the point where I was thinking, should I even be eventing her? Like, should I just be having a foal from her? Because I'd bring her down to the arena and she would be spinning, going backwards. And you actually came out to sort of do an initial saddle fitting, and as soon as we put the Adelaide on her, she was a completely different horse. I really wish I had it on video because it was actually quite emotional.
I never forget your smile.
Yeah, it was
went
just, and it completely felt like I was riding a different horse, and it was so nice because I've had Dee for such a long time, and I really thought there was something wrong with her, but we realised it was just her previous saddle was really restricting her movement in her shoulders, and then as soon as she had this on, she was like, God, I can finally move through my shoulders again.
And that is the short 3-point that we have, because it then gives the panel
all that room to move.
Flexion. Yeah. So it never ever restricts the horse's movement through the shoulder. So whether the horse is jumping or doing high level dressage, it will have complete freedom of the shoulder.
So I definitely noticed that straight away with Dee. There was a huge difference, to the extent that I actually begged Voltaire Design to leave me this saddle when they went, and thankfully you did, and Dee has been completely different since. Our results have just gone up and up and up, but like not just going on results, she's just been happier. We've not been having arguments in the arena, and then it's kind of just gotten better and better from there. I've now got my little collection of saddles, so I'm super, super grateful to Voltaire Design for having me on as one of your associated riders. I don't know what the correct terminology is to actually use, but we're now going to head into the arena with a horse, and I'm going to show you guys what it's like to ride in these beautiful saddles. hopefully you guys enjoyed those clips of me riding in my beautiful new saddles. I know I've said that a million times, but they seriously are the most beautiful saddles I've ever been lucky enough to ride in. I am so thrilled, and not only are they incredible to ride in, but the change in the horses is honestly, like, you could see it with Dee. The second we put the Adelaide on her, she was like a different horse. It just made such a difference. The short tree point, so you know when they do that amazing bend back feature, it gets me every time, because I'm just like, I've never seen another saddle do that. But you really feel it in their shoulders. They just have so much more movement, and you kind of feel like you're riding the horse in the most natural kind of way possible. Obviously, wearing tack on a horse isn't natural, that's not how they were designed, so you want to make it as sort of work with them as well as possible, and I feel that's what Voltaire design saddles do. There has been so much research and science that has gone into these saddles, and it really shows, because the horses just absolutely love them. So I've obviously got my little collection of saddles here. I am really blessed to actually have 2 of the mono flaps, which means that when I go sort of galloping, or if I'm out eventing with both of them, or like 2-3 people riding out, all of the horses have saddles which fit them perfectly. Remember, the essential saddles are super duper easy to order online. If you're struggling with your saddle at the minute, you can literally get your measurements. They're very easy to kind of work out. You can design your saddle online, order it. Once it arrives, you can have a Voltaire Design saddle specialist come out, make sure it's all fitting. They can do any adjustments they need to do on site. So don't worry if you're not 100% sure, it will be fitted perfectly to your horse when you have your saddle specialist come out. So it is amazing. I'm going to leave the link to the Voltaire Designs website down below so you can check it out if you would like to order yourself a saddle. But in the meantime, I really hope that you guys have enjoyed this video, and I hope you enjoy seeing these lovely saddles appear on my channel. I'm so pleased I can finally scream and shout about them. It's been very hard these previous months to not be like, ah, look at my new saddles. So finally I can do that. So apologies in advance, because you're going to be hearing a lot about them, because they have seriously changed my life. Thank you for watching, guys. I hope you really enjoyed it. Make sure you like, comment and subscribe. Also check out Voltaire Designs social media pages. I'm going to be popping them up and also leaving links down below so you can find them. See you very soon. Bye. Live, laugh, love you. Oh, nearly forgot. See ya.